Hi, Omar. Oh, that's still echoing. You think it's me?
Shouldn't be.
Hello?
That's
Oh,
better.
that's better. Maybe not.
That's better.
That's better?
Mhm.
Yes, that's better. Somebody let us know if it's echoing very badly. Anyway, so we wanted to talk today about educational experience that we just had, an educational experience that we just experienced. We
Ooh,
came back on Thursday. What day did
yes,
we come back?
Thursday.
We came back on Thursday and we were in Florida for 7 days.
Yeah.
We joined three amazing trainings by 10x, fabulous content and materials and people as usual. So, but the meat of it, the one that prompted everything was the real estate training.
Yeah.
George, what was the real estate training about?
Well, it was awesome. It basically was an entire 3 days explaining how to invest properly in multifamily apartment buildings. Hey, Karina.
We are
And
echoing very bad. I wonder if
yeah,
it's
we
me.
are.
Oh, that's better.
Good. Don't move.
I think I lowered the volume on my computer.
There you go. Oh, that's much better. So yeah, it was 3 days of basically learning the ins and outs from Grant Cardone, who has about 10,000 units nationwide, and he was basically explaining how to properly invest in multi-unit apartment buildings or complexes, and how bigger is better, and you're better off partnering with people to get a bigger deal. And like one example that I was using when talking to people down there was, on 100 unit uh, property, there's a lot more you can do with that. You could hire security, you could hire a property manager, you can spend, a half a million or $1 million putting in a nice swimming pool, because it's going to justify raising the rents, and you'll get all that money back in less than a year, and it'll also increase the value of the property substantially. So, um, the basic formula is buy the property, fix it up a little so that you can raise the rents, wait till you have some evidence of the increased rents being sustainable, and then refinancing and pulling your money out, and then just keeping the cash flow, and then taking that money and going and doing it again. So yeah, it was some really great information. It was well worth it. Anyone who didn't go, I would definitely recommend going to the next one. If you could go in person, it's so much more that you'll get out of it than virtually. Um, we met some really great and amazing people down there, and have started some relationships that I know we're going to have for life. And that's always what I like the most is building the community and building our network of amazing people.
Thank you. Karina has a question. Just came in through Instagram Live, which is great. She's saying, how would you find investors if you don't have all the capital you need to invest?
Well, you could talk to us. We have a lot of people in our network who would be interested. Um, you could reach out to people you know. Um, if you're in the 10x community, you could reach out to people in our community. But we really have a quite a few people that have expressed interest in partnering up with people. So um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I would
mean,
definitely reach out to us.
something that the opportunity was presented to join the Platinum Mastermind with Grant Cardone, which is really an amazing, even if it's just for the learning opportunity or for the investing opportunity. Basically, it's every other week we meet with Grant Cardone. It's a Zoom meeting with a lot of people that signed up to bring deals forward that they find that fit the criteria that we learned about in terms of how to make sure that a property is profitable. And then so people come over, bring their deals, and if they have the money and they just looking for more people to go in there, it's a way to expose the deal, or to have also Grant just opinion on what he thinks of the deal, whether he thinks it's a good idea. Clearly, it's not, nobody's liable. He's not being held responsible for this, because he's simply presenting an opinion based on his experience. But I think it's a great educational opportunity. We had the first one today, and there were three deals presented, and he broke them down. He explained the whys he would or whys he wouldn't. And I think it's always great whenever you can be in a room of people that are committed, that have this similar mindset that you do, and that are invested in an idea or an opportunity as much as you are, so that they're willing to be part of these types of groups. So that alone, it's a great opportunity. So that's pretty much, Karina, how it would be. You could fund the money, find people who have the money. Again, we got connected with some people we who are able to and are interested in finding these types of opportunities, and who want to be part of things like that. So,
And just the every 2 weeks that we're going to be in that room with Grant, there's people in that room that are looking to invest and partner with people also. So if you have a deal that you want us to try and present to everybody, we'd be able to do that also.
I think I think it's so great every time I have a chance to go to the 10X headquarters and be around the people that Grant Cardone has the sort of likelihood to pull towards them, in a way, attract them, or people that end up being part of these trainings. Everybody who I've met is so positive, kind, nice. It's been really such a great experience for me all around to be part of that community. So every time I can go and interact with people and meet more people and strengthen relationships, it's really amazing. And I feel very happy, lucky, and fortunate to be able to take advantage of that, because clearly, it takes the being in the right position, but also the being able to take advantage of that. So I'm very, I, I feel very fortunate.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And for people who don't know what we're talking about, it's Grant Cardone has an array of uh, things that he offers to help businesses grow, to help people learn how to invest in real estate, to help maximize your potential, all kinds of programs and workshops. But really, from day one, for me also, it was about the people in the community, which was something I wasn't signing up for or didn't expect. But there's really some really amazing people in the community, very supportive, very positive, very motivated, very entrepreneurial, and it's been a great experience. And you know, if you don't know who Grant Cardone is, I would look him up. Let's put it that
yeah.
way.
Yeah, I have to echo what George just said, not only in terms of the community and what they offer, and how people seem to be very minded, but it's also really, interestingly enough, challenged me and made me think about things that I did not expect. I thought I was signing up for a business training program,
Yeah,
and there seems to be, and clearly there's an overlap between the personal and the professional. We are people before we are business people, and there has been, for my part, a heightened awareness in the sense of how every aspect of your life touches every other aspect of your life. And I think it's something that it becomes pretty evident, yeah, in the 10X community and the 10X trainings. It's they don't seem to hold back. Everything's out as people and as business people, and it's been a really amazing exposure for me, and it's allowed me to look at areas of my life that I hadn't thought about in a long time, and that I'm benefiting from learning and growing personally and professionally. So
and
it's been great.
we found each other in the 10x community too. So
Yeah.
that was. I mean, there's lots of people who are partnering and
Hmm.
just collaborating. And I was just talking to Karina about this a little while ago. You don't find that, and you can't find that outside of this. Like, you could go to these networking groups and stuff like that. you're not going to find anything near what this community offers. And yeah, it's a lot of knowledge too, and it's a lot of proven concepts and proven methods um, that kind of give you a blueprint and shorten the learning curve and help avoid the bumps in the road and the roadblocks and all that. But like I said, the community is the best. It's not something I expected, which really makes the value that I've gotten even so much more.
George, what was your biggest takeaway from the real estate portion? Well, maybe we should
Yeah.
maybe what was your biggest takeaway from the exit, from the business boot camp, and from the real estate?
Well, from the real estate, it's look for bigger deals. There's no deals that are too big for you that you can't get people to come in on them with you. And bigger deals are safer because there's more units, so there's safety in numbers. It's easier actually to get financing on a big deal than a small deal. Um, and if it's a good deal, you'll be able to find people to come in and participate in it with you. So don't be afraid to look for big deals. Um, you know, I'd rather have 5% of a nice big deal that's like an A property, a good asset, than 100% of something tiny that I have by myself. Because then you're managing it, right? Whereas a big deal, there's going to be a property manager. You just you put your money in, you buy it, and you let it cash flow and appreciate, and then you could go back to doing your other business. So
You know what you're saying, it brings up to the front something that Grant said. And I'm probably going to butcher it a little bit. It's not word by word this, but it was similar. He said something like, you guys keep looking for little deals, like you are little people, or little, you like you're not a big deal. And he said, you're not realizing that you guys are a big deal, and you are playing like you're little people, like you're not like you're not,
yeah,
like you're not playing big enough.
it's really just the numbers are the same. You know, if you're buying 10 units or 100 units, you're still going to figure the numbers the same. You're still going to
Mhm.
figure, what your return is. You're still going to figure everything's going to be figured almost exactly the same. Yeah, on a bigger deal, you may have a few more expenses for property management and whatnot, but there's also advantages to bigger deals that you don't have with small deals. So it's not that much of a difference. So analyzing a small deal and analyzing a big deal, you're going to go through the same process. Is it in a good location? Is it a quality asset? Does it cash flow? How old is the building? All those things. You're going to ask the same questions. And it's just a matter of, okay, so you don't have all the money to put as a down payment. It's not hard to find partners if it's a good project that you're looking at. So yeah, that's really all it is. It's not anybody can do it as long as you know how the numbers work and how to put everything together.
So Karina's asking, on your side, George, of
Yeah,
financing, why is it easier to get financing on a big deal versus a small deal?
because a lender looks at it as a safer investment. If you have 50 units, you're not going to have, you know 25 of them vacant at the same time. Whereas if you have 6 units, you could have 3 vacant at the same time. You know, um, which is 50% of your gross rental income. You know, out of 50 units, maybe you'll have 5 or 8. You know, maybe 10, which still you're going to be in good shape. So a lender looks at it as a safer investment when it's more units than if it's a small deal. And then she
Yeah.
asked something about debt being not taxable, and that's true also. So, or she didn't ask. Target Realty Group asked. Yeah, debt's not taxable. So, if you buy a property and you add some amenities, maybe you upgrade some stuff, plus your yearly rent increases. Over time, um, you're going to be able to create your own value on that property because the lender's going to look at what the net operating income is. So if you're able to increase your rents, you're going to be able to pull refinance that property, and a lot of times pull all your money out and maybe even then some, and it's still going to cash flow after that, and now you got basically a free ride, and you can go on and oh, Latvi, my friend, how are you, buddy? I missed you already. Yeah, so it's just that's how the game's played. In bigger multi units, you create your own value. I mean, even the smaller ones, but once you get over 4 units, you're creating your own value based on the rental income. You're not having to be dependent on your neighbor selling, uh, for a higher price.
I think sometimes too, I mean, you don't even, when the buildings are fully occupied, or you notice that the rents are below market price, you may not even have to do much to increase the rent as a new owner when you go into a property. So it may not even need that much of an investment depending on the type of property, where it's located, what the current rent is, and what the current occupancy rate is, because you may be already at a position where you can increase your profit right away.
Yeah, sure. I mean, some people own buildings for 30, 40 years, and they really haven't increased the rents all that much. Um, and they could have been. So, if you find a deal like that, that's a slam dunk usually. Um, Whereas, buildings that turn over every 10 years or so, usually the new owner is going to raise the rents. But, like, you have people that the property's been in their portfolio for a very long time, and they got comfortable maybe, and maybe they stopped taking care of the place so much they really didn't raise the rents that much. And yeah, there's room for there's usually a gap in what the market will bear and what they're actually charging, and that's a great opportunity. So I mean, there's all kinds of deals out there, but that's definitely one that you would want to take a look at, especially if it's been owned for a long time by the same owner.
Hmm. That's true. So, what about exit or boot camp? What were your takeaways from that?
um, well, the boot camp was a lot of what we had heard before, um, as far as how to build your business, how to scale, all of that. Um, I, I think the big takeaway there also is that you need people, right? Um, you can only grow so big on your own. You have to have people to grow bigger, and you have to figure out where those people fit in. You have to train them properly. You have to start taking some of the things that you're doing and delegating that to other people, and training them so that you're less important to the business, which leads to exiting. You can never exit if you have to do everything in the business. If the business is dependent on you, you can never exit. So the only way out is to hire people, properly train them, start giving them your responsibilities so that they can step up. And you obviously have to pay, and you want to overpay so you don't lose people, but you want them to have some skin in the game as far as uh, maybe profit sharing or something like that. But you eventually want to be able to uh, move out of your role and not have the business be dependent on you. That's how you create a valuable business. The more dependent the business is on you, the less valuable your business is, because no one's going to want to buy it, because they can't buy it if you leave. You're going to have to stay on. So, um, that's how people should approach and build their businesses, is based on, okay, how do I replace myself? Like, that should be the first thing you're thinking of when you start a business. How am I going to eventually replace myself? Because that's going to dictate how you structure your business and how you grow your business, because you're going to always have that on your mind.
Yeah. Well, I think too, a big thing for me in terms of exit was figuring out where there's other income opportunities too within your business, where you have systems in place where you may not realize that there's a lot of value to them and they're transferable into different industries. I think that was a big one for me too, to think about that in a different way. Figure, I mean, I need to do a lot more learning in terms of how to go about really implementing that, the trademark and the licensing of what your processes and systems are that you could then implement and bring into across industries to be able to make it profitable for yourself. But the multiple income stream is something that when I first learned about it was like a fairy tale, right? And now the more I hear about it and the more I try to implement it in my business and as a way I think about it and as a way I operate, it becomes more and more tangible and something that I'm trying to work more into my plan. But it's definitely a way to be able to exit your business later, not be dependent on only one income stream. Hmm. 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 George, did you change anything about your audio systems? I can hear you so little right now.
Yeah, I can't hear
There
you.
you go. That just changed.
You could hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what was happening, but I could barely hear you.
Yeah, something happened here with my mic.
Okay. Well, now it's back.
Okay.
So that's good. Anyway, yeah, so that was pretty much our experience for the last 7 days. I mean, that alone and the opportunity to be around all the awesome 10x people
Yeah.
was really amazing. We're both playing catching up with people and trying to connect with as many people that we met as possible so that we can hopefully be able to build stronger connections and help each other in how to connect everybody, right?
Yeah. And we met our new friends, Latvia and Erica,
Yeah,
who live in Brooklyn and going to be
yeah,
meeting for dinner soon.
yeah,
And yeah, it's great. I love our community.
yeah. It's great. Anyway, does anybody have any questions? I think we're good, right? Anything you want to add, George?
No, it was great giving you guys an update today. We appreciate you guys. Um, we hope we were able to give you some useful information as always. That's our goal, is to share what we learn, and hopefully it helps you. And yeah, we just appreciate you all.
Same here. Let us know if we can be of help to you, and we'll be in touch.
All right, guys, have a great day.
Bye.